Yo, so Elemental, right? It has just dropped on Disney Plus, so I thought I would give it a look. It is directed by Peter Sohn and written by John Hoberg, Kate Likkel, and Brenda Hsueh. The film is produced by Denise Ream. It's executive produced by Peter Doctor and associate produced by Chrissy Kababa, McKenna Harris, and Becky Nyman. Thomas Newman handled the music. David Juan Bianchi and Jean-Claude Calaca, cinematography. Stephen Schaefer edits the piece. Natalie Leon and Kevin Raya were on casting. Don Shank is production design. Art direction, we have Jennifer Chang. Production management is Jesus Martinez and Dana Mulligan. Okay, so our voice cast, we have Ember, who is Leah Lewis. Or is it Leah Lewis? It's one of the two. But yeah, she voices Ember. Who else? So the younger versions of Ember are voiced by Clara Ling Ding and Regan To. We have got Wade, right? Wade is voiced by Mamoudou Athie. Who else do we have? Okay, Wade's dad, Bernie, is voiced by Ronnie del Carmen. And her mother, Cinda, is voiced by Sheila Omi. We have got Wade's boss, Gail Kalumas, voiced by Wendy McLendon-Covey. Wade's mum, Brooke Ripple, is voiced by Catherine O'Hara. Claude, a earth elemental, is voiced by Mason Weathermere. Wade's uncle Harold is voiced by Ronabia Lahiri. There's Flarietta, voiced by Wilma Bonnet. Fern Goochwood is voiced by Joe Pera. Matt Yang King voices Alan Ripple, Wade's brother, Lutz, and Earth Pruner. Sparkler is voiced by Jeff LaPenz. Ben Morris voiced the Wood immigration officer. Jonathan Adams voices one of the customers in the store. Alex Cap voices the Earth landlord, delivery person, customer. Right. P.L. Brown is the doorman at Wade's mum's building. I feel that is probably our main group of peoples. Okay, so the gist of the story is we journey alongside an unlikely pair, Ember and Wade, in a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together. The fiery young woman and the go with the flow guy are about to discover something elemental, how much they actually have in common. Ah, isn't that nice? Well, I think the curious thing about this was when it first came out, right? It's like, this is a flop. That's all the talk was. Oh, Pixar and Disney are on decline. This is terrible, blah, 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 blah. But then, the film stuck around, right? And because, at the beginning, you had all these articles going, it will not break even. This is a huge financial failure. But the film has, you know what I mean, doubled its production budget. It stuck around. People, it's word of mouth, right? People saw it, recommended it, and more people went to see it. And I think that is the thing a lot of times, right? These early reviews and things that come out, like it all has to be looked at with a pinch of salt. Right? Because I think you have to, sometimes things aren't for you, doesn't mean they're terrible. You didn't like them. You can say why you didn't like them, but then also point out the things other people might like. Right? And I think, yeah, sometimes people just say it's shit. Yeah. And I think this film showed, right, that you shouldn't always listen to other people, because other people might have agendas and stuff like that. And, so watching this film, firstly, is very peculiar, right? Because the animation, right, it's, CGI and all of that. But the actual characters, so the backgrounds and all of that, very lush, very CGI, very good. Now, the characters themselves, all the elementals, Wade and Ember, all of them, it feels there's a 2D element there, right? I'm looking at them and I'm like, it's like it's 2D and 3D. I don't know. It was it was a real interesting approach to it, which I can't recall seeing before. Maybe I have, right? Out of sight, out of mind. I can't remember, people. I can't remember. So that was very intriguing. But the story's nice. The story is, because we have these aramorphic anaphemu, when they humanize a thing, right? That's what we have. And it's like all of these things, fire and water, right? Wood and fire, like they shouldn't really be mixing. So it's just like, yo, all of these motherfuckers living in a place together? That seems kind of crazy. But then, it is this kind of analogy on society, right? Because I think sometimes you can look at groups of people and think they should not get on, but they do, you know? It's like, just because we're told one thing doesn't mean it's necessarily true. Or through compromise, through working together, through understanding, you can, boom, find that common ground with people. So there's a lot of messages in this film, right? It's like Wade and Ember, should they really be together? Could they be together? Right? Now, I'm wondering, like, if Water and Fire did have a kid, would that just be Steam? You know what I mean? Like, you having a Steam baby? Is that what that would be? It feels like it would, right? But also, because Ember's parents, right, they left Fireland. So it's an immigration story. And then all the things that come with that, right? Her parents have built things from scratch. When they first got there, no one wanted them, right? No, fire, not welcome. But they found a place, they did it up, they built a shop, right? They built a thriving business. So it's like, okay, now she's going to take over that shop, right? Which is the thing, the parents come over to a country, they start something up, let's say a restaurant. Then it's like the kids should then run the restaurant. But what if the kid wants to become a lawyer? What if the kid wants to become an artist, a filmmaker, all these different things? It's feeling that guilt, right? It's like, for my parents have done all this stuff for me. They worked all these crazy hours so I could, go to school. I could, do that after school group. I was able to go on holiday and all these different things, right? So for me to then go, I do not want to take over your business. It's kind of ungrateful, right? It's selfish. What do I do? So we have that there, which is, it's an interesting one, right? Because I think it's something that a lot of people come up against, so we have these different kind of ideas floating around, the wealth, the poor, just so many things. And then it's finding, right? It's finding your voice, finding the thing you're actually passionate about, you're good at, right? Because it's that holding that stuff in, which isn't good for you. So there's all of these different kind of elements that we are seeing in elemental people. So yeah, I thought it was a decent story. Yeah, it's a decent story. So watching it was peculiar, being like that initial hate for the film. But I thought it was decent. I thought it was good. Like, try when you think of all the Pixar films, like I wouldn't say I thought it was better than, like, Soul is one of my favorites, right? Soul is incredible. That's so freaking good. So I think it's not quite Soul, but I will say if you liked Turning Red, I think we have definitely some similar elements in this film, like in Canto as well, have these similar elements, right? So I think if you enjoyed those films, which were very good, I think Elemental will spark your interest, people. Yeah, no, I think you would enjoy it. I think you can throw your kids in front of it and they'll have fun. You know, there's a lot going on here, but yeah, it's a lot deeper in its meaning and overall story than just boy meets girl, right? It's throwing a lot of other stuff out there at you. So we get, animation is great. I don't know if I like the songs. Yeah, I have to say I don't know. Hmm. You know, I really enjoy the music in Soul and Encanto. Like the turning red very much fitted that story. You know, boy band shit, all of that. It was a little catchy, ain't gonna lie. Yeah, not sure. Like it wasn't terrible. The song, like the big songs, they're not terrible, but I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I would say, all in all, Elemental does the job. Does the job. So, boom. If you enjoy a Pixar film, if you enjoy animation and you have Disney, go check it out. I mean, you can find it on Prime, you can find it on Apple, right? So, yeah, if you like a good cartoon, right, with more behind it, right, a bit more substance, then I think Elemental could be just for you.